There are some relationships that should never lead to marriage. Hello guys, welcome back again to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Ify and you're highly welcome. So guys, finally Tuface Idibia has announced a divorce from his wife. I said finally because if you know their story, if you know how they started, of course it will not be a surprise to you. But the reactions that I've seen on social media since Tuface announced divorce from his wife, I don't understand it. People were acting shocked, like, isn't this what everybody wanted for Annie Idibia? Over the years, people have been telling Annie to leave the marriage and go take care of herself, go focus on herself, that she herself has tried. But the reactions from the netizens after Tuface announced their separation and divorce was something that I do not understand. It got me confused, like, isn't this what everybody wanted for Annie? Isn't this what Nigerians have been telling Annie over the years, to leave the marriage, go focus on herself, go build herself? So why is everybody acting like this is not something good? People have been telling her to leave the marriage, but now Tuface has decided to be the one that left the marriage. How did this happen? How did they get married? How did they fall in love? Let's start from the beginning, just the background of the story, of their love story, their marriage, and how they started, for the benefit of people that do not know. Annie Macauley, a young lady, young beautiful girl, teenager at the time, she fell in love with a 20-plus-year-old Tuface. Then he was not as big as he is today. He was an upcoming act. He was really doing well then, but he has not blew. There is something we call blow. He never blew that time. So Annie fell in love with Tuface, and both of them started dating. Before Annie, there were other people, there were exes. Tuface is someone that loves women so much, like he loved to exploit with women. So there were other exes, there were other people in the picture, but Annie was the main chick. And occasionally they have issues, you know, relationship issues. Sometimes they will say, we not do again, or this person will go his own, this person will go her own. So these things keep on repeating, and most of the issues that they had were because of women. Why they were having those issues? Sometimes when they have issues, Tuface will separate and be free to do whatever he wants. Annie Macauley will also go her own way, and after everything they will still come back again, make up. You guys know relationship people, right? This cycle continued, and Tuface had issue with Annie as usual, so he went with another woman, and before you know it, the woman took in for Tuface. By that time, Tuface has become a popular. He was becoming popular. His music was becoming more generally accepted by people. So he was becoming a superstar at the time. So he got a woman pregnant. This woman is Pero. Pero gave birth to a son for Tuface. After that, Pero took in again. This time, he has made up with Annie. Pero took in again for him. And then Pero gave birth to a son again. Tuface was with Annie at this time. They kept fighting over the pregnancy, and then he kept assuring her that everything would be fine, that he was not going to do it. You know, men now, when you catch them cheating, they will be like, oh, please forgive me, it was a mistake, I will never do it again, please forgive me now, you are the one I love. You know, that kind of talk now. So Tuface was able to convince Annie. He was able to make Annie believe him. And being that Annie loved Tuface, like there's this love that Annie has for Tuface is obsessive, like is obsessed with Tuface. So when Tuface apologized and do all those gimmicks that they do, and apologize and convince her that it will not happen again, he will forgive Tuface, and then Tuface will go out again and impregnate the same woman. So that was how Pero got pregnant for Tuface twice and had 2 boys for Tuface. As if that was not enough, Tuface moved on to another woman. And then he got the woman pregnant twice. The woman had 2 sons for Tuface. All these years, Annie was in the picture, but she was not steady. They fight over the issue, they separate, they say, we will not do again, I'm not doing again with you, I'm done with you, and then they will go their separate ways. And afterwards, they will come back again and make up. So this cycle continued. Tuface got the other woman pregnant twice. And then Pero had already had 2 children for Tuface. That is 4 children. Tuface had to go back again to Pero when she had issues with Annie. This time, Pero took in again. And that was the same period that Two-Face met up with Annie. And when Two-Face met up with Annie, Pero was already pregnant for him. So Two-Face decided to get married to Annie. And by this time, they had dated for years. Years, guys, years. They have dated for years. So Two-Face's baby mama, that is the first baby mama that had two boys for him, was pregnant when Two-Face proposed to Annie. And Annie was so happy, you know. She was so elated. Finally, they chose me. Finally, I'm the wife. I am going to be the wife, you know. She was so happy. The wedding was the talk of the town. The wedding was packed with celebrities, Nigerian celebrities. The wedding was in Dubai. The glamour. Everything was so beautiful. And Nigerians were happy. For Annie, Nigerians were happy for Annie. Annie was also happy for herself because this was something that she had wanted over the years, something that she had wanted for a very long time. And finally, it came to be. So she was so happy. She was like, they chose me. I am now the chosen person. Since Two-Face got married to Annie, he has never gotten another woman pregnant. Occasionally, Annie will come out on social media to rant. In one of her rantings, I'm going to play it for you guys.
To scatter everything. Nobody knows the rest of an angry woman. I will ruin everything. Hello, Inobia family. This is Annie. You know, said that I was with my husband today. Peaceful, nothing happened. My husband told me I had a shoot today. Only for him to pack his things and his stupid cousin Frankie helped him plan it. His family does not love me. They hate me. They've been giving me hell for 10 years. Today, my husband packed his things. He lied to me that he was going to shoot. But my husband is on his way to America. Planned by himself, FL Morebe, and Frankie. All of this behind my back. I don't deserve this. I don't. I know this is not your business. But I can't call any member of this family. I can't even call his manager. He will not take my call. Because he thinks I'm the reason. He thinks I'm in his way. He thinks I'm in his way. So he, FA would never take my call. He don't send this on his way to America without telling me. Without telling me. He's going to seek Pero in America. And his other kid, don't move this car. Park this car. I'm going right now on Instagram Live. I'm going now. I'm done.
This was the last rant that she ranted on social media. That particular day, Annie came to social media and she was threatening brims and storms. Like, she was threatening everything. That she was going to do this, she was going to destroy this, do that to Two-Face, do this, that she doesn't care anymore. She had nothing to lose. She was threatening everybody. She was so angry that day. And then there was a time Annie also had issues with her brother. And then her brother said something about Annie being under the influence of meth, drugs. So Annie's brother confirmed the rumors that bloggers have been carrying over the years that Annie do drugs. Annie continued to be threatened and feel insecure because the other baby mama, that is the first baby mama, the woman that had 3 babies for her husband, because the woman had not married, unlike the other one, the second one that had gotten married, Annie continued to feel threatened by that woman because the woman and her children live in the USA. So the husband usually go to the USA to see the children. So Annie felt like if her husband go to the USA, the husband was going to be with that woman. And she didn't like that. The thought of it was driving her crazy. So she doesn't want that. And that was the major reason why she rants most of the time. She doesn't want the husband to go to the USA to go and see his children. She wants the children to come to Nigeria to see the husband in Nigeria. But then, most of the time, the children may not have the time to come to Nigeria because of school or because of things that are important to them over there. So Two-Face is their father and they have got to see their dad. And you guys know women, the mother of those children, maybe she felt betrayed, so she may not even want her children to come and see Two-Face all the time. Sometimes she would purposely want Two-Face to come and meet and see the children in the US, not because she wanted to do anything with Two-Face, but because she just wants to see Annie rant, because she know that Annie is insecure. Annie does not have confidence. She doesn't have that confidence that her husband is hers. She feels like anytime she loses God, she can share she will share the man with another woman. So she doesn't want that. It was becoming obsession. Like she was obsessed with Two-Face, but this time the obsession multiplied. It was too much. She doesn't want Two-Face to do something. You know, when somebody is just choking you with love, those kind of love that is choking, like you will not have the space to do other things that you love to do. So that was exactly the relationship that Annie had with Two-Face in their marriage. And another thing is that Two-Face's family do not like Annie. You heard when she said that her husband's family do not like her. So that makes the matter even worse. And you know that in Africa, if your husband's family do not like you, now wow, except say you get man wey be say the man fit stand. Of course, Annie do not live with their husband's family. But if you don't have a man that can stand and tell his family off, like stay away from my wife, stop disturbing my wife, leave my wife alone, you know, that kind odogu, those kind of men. If you don't have those kind of men that can speak and protect the wife, it's usually very difficult. So the safe place is to marry into a family where you are loved. But Annie was unfortunate. She didn't marry into a family that loved her. She said her husband's family do not like her. So that was the problem that Annie had in the marriage. Problem of baby mamas, and then the problem of husband's family. And these two problems are too much for a married woman. But because Annie was obsessed with Two-Face, Annie wanted to be married. She wanted to be called wife of Two-Face. So she continued to stay in the marriage. She continued to put up the appearance that everything was going well. Occasionally, she will come out to rant. Afterwards, she will continue to put up. When Annie stopped ranting, especially about the baby mama thing, was when Pero showed her husband. We didn't even know that Pero had been married, but she didn't tell anybody. But after the last incident where Annie was crying, you know, she was shedding tears, the husband went to be with another woman in the USA, this, that. Pero had to show her husband. She didn't address the issue. She just posted her husband one day, bagam. And everybody was shocked. Everybody was shocked. Like, so this woman has been married for long and she didn't tell anybody. That was why I told you guys that that's Two-Face going to America to see his children. Sometimes it may not be what the children want, but because the baby mama would want to, like, let me make her cry small, because she knows that Annie is not confident. She knows that those kind of things hurt Annie. Those kind of things make Annie insecure. So she will just tell Two-Face, come and see your children. It's not like she wants Two-Face for anything. She doesn't want Two-Face. But then that is some sort of like punishment to Annie for taking away her baby daddy. Do you get? For Two-Face choosing Annie, like getting married to Annie, after she had 3 children for him. So when she revealed her husband, that was the day that Annie started having peace. Small peace for her marriage. Like genuine peace. Peace of mind. Because she felt like she doesn't have competition anymore. That the only competition that she had has gotten married. So Two-Face then belongs to her. Only her alone. And we thought that everything had settled. Then Annie joined a reality TV show, Young, Famous and African. In this particular season that is airing right now, Annie was seen in that season acting weird. Her hands shaking. She was acting weird, guys. She was acting like somebody under the influence. Like she was not normal in that season. So people were, oh, they said she take drugs. So probably she's on drugs. But to be honest, guys, she was not normal. something was wrong. She would do something and poke people, and when those people react, she would play victim. So it got her a lot of backlash. There were backlash. And it was as if the backlash was about to end. That was when Tuface wrote this on your screen. He said that he and Annie has been separated for a very long time, and now he's pursuing a divorce. And the news broke everywhere. It spread like a wildfire, guys. But one thing I noticed about the reaction of Nigerians, especially women, this time the reactions were different. They instantly, the moment the blogs carried that post, they instantly put all the blame on Tuface. That was what happened. Instantly, they put all the blame on Tuface. And I was wondering, isn't this what we had always wanted, like for Annie to leave the marriage? So why are everybody acting like Tuface has done something that he was not supposed to do? And mind you, there were rumors that Annie and Tuface fight a lot in their marriage. They fight a lot. Sometimes Annie will be scattering things, breaking things, you know. So when Tuface announced the divorce, I had wanted Nigerians to be happy. I'll be happy for Annie, at least. But what I got was the opposite. People started attacking Tuface. I was like, what are you guys doing? And some of Nigerian celebrities were like, oh, Tuface, we are going to fight for Annie. We are going to do this. We are going to do that. And I'm like, what are you people even talking about? What are you going to, what are people going to do? If Tuface decides that he will stick to divorce his wife, what are you going to do? Are you going to beat him? Are you going to force him to be in the marriage? I do not understand what they mean by that. You know, there is this false outrage. There is this false concern with Nigerian celebrities. They do this a lot. Not like they genuinely care or they want to do, but they just do it just for clout. But that is something I'm going to address in another video. It was after all this outrage that it was revealed that Annie is in rehab. Like, she went to rehabilitation. And then some people started to clarify that they didn't have anything against Tuface and his marriage, his divorce or separation or whatever they want to do in their marriage. But what they wanted is that the time is not right for them to get a divorce. So that got me asking again. I understand that it may not be the right time for Tuface to announce the divorce, but then it does not owe anybody anything on that. It doesn't owe anybody, not even Annie, because according to Tuface, they have been separated for months. They have been separated for a long time. So if they have been separated for a long time, why are they, what is the difference between that time and now? It still doesn't change anything. It's the same thing. That Annie got a backlash from a TV show. That backlash was what she did. She did something wrong, and her fellow stars in that movie put her where she belonged. It's not nobody's fault. She was the one that did something and played victim. So it's different. And then there are some group of people that were saying, Tuface did this to this woman. Tuface did this, he did that, he did this, he did that. Tuface is evil. Tuface, nah, please. Please, guys. Annie is not a saint as well. She's a full-grown adult. When she married Tuface, when she accepted the ring from Tuface, she was a full-blown adult. She knew all these baby mamas. She wasn't lied to. She knew the drama that she had that she had went through in the hands of Tuface. Yet she entered the marriage, jeje. She carried her clear eyes, entered the marriage. She made that choice. She wanted to be there. Nobody forced her to marry Tuface. Annie married Tuface with her two eyes open. She knew Tuface had other children. Annie was just insecure. There are people like that. She was just insecure and obsessed with a man that do not love her like that. Tuface did not love her like that. I do not have anything against Annie marrying Tuface. In fact, it's a beautiful thing. I love it. Let women make their choice. What I do not like is you made your choice. You're still coming out to make it look as if they forced you the choice. You made your choice yourself. Nobody forced you. So if you are tired of the choice that you made, What you should do is to leave. You leave the marriage. Annie is not a victim. Annie is not a child. I even saw people saying we should give Annie the same support we gave May Edochie. No, the situations are not the same. You see what May did? The moment she found out that her husband had a child with another woman, she removed herself. She removed herself from the marriage. She stopped attaching herself to the husband. That is what you do when you do not when you do not want to be in such situations. You leave, not you stay, and then you will be playing victim. Why are you playing victim for? You're not a victim. You are a victim of yourself because now you put yourself there. May Edochie and Annie do not have the same story. No, it's not the same thing. May, her husband, wedded husband, cheated on her with another woman, his colleague. Why Annie opened her eyes and got married to a man that has multiple baby mamas, multiple babies. Annie's first child is their 5th child. That is Tuface's 5th child. That is 5th. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5th child for Tuface. That is Annie's first child. Meanwhile, Annie has been there all these years. And you see all that and you still open your eyes, enter marriage because you wanted to be, oh, you won. Of course you won, but then if you are tired, you have to leave. Not you play victim or people play victim on your behalf. No. We are all adults. You have to take responsibility. And sometimes when you call out these things, people will be like, women supporting women. You're not supporting your fellow woman. No. I support such women when they make their decision. I support it. I stand by their decision. But you don't play victim in a decision, in a situation you put yourself into. You cannot play victim there. All you need to do is to detach yourself from that situation. You see Chioma Davido, I totally support her marriage with Davido. I support it. I'm happy for her. I'm very happy. I support it 100%. And the more reason why I even support it more is because Chioma is not coming out to disturb us or play victim. She's enjoying her marriage. The day that I will have issue with her is if she come out tomorrow to start telling us how Davido cheated on her, did this, and how she's the victim. Nah, you cannot say that. Because she opened her eyes, enter. I am all for right. Do whatever you want to do. I'm all for it. Anything that you feel like this thing will be good for me and is not hurting another person, go ahead, do it. But when you are tired of it, you should not blame anybody. When you are tired of that situation, you detach yourself. Don't play victim. You are not a victim. Enjoy your marriage. If you're not enjoying it, you leave. Fine. I support people leaving marriage that are not working. If your marriage is not working, leave. Leave to live. These people that are insulting Tuface now, if tomorrow now, Annie and Tuface, going by the things that we've heard about their marriage, how they fight often, what if tomorrow now something happened, God forbid, something happened, and then maybe one of them lose their lives? You guys are still going to come out and tell and ask them, why didn't you leave? Why didn't you ask for divorce? Did you understand that this was what happened to Bimbo? Bimbo's marriage and Tuface's marriage is almost the same thing. And finally, the marriage took Bimbo's head because of the toxicity that is there. It took her head. And now the husband has moved on with Blessing CEO. So you can see, this is the right time for Annie to move on with her life. There are some relationships that should never lead to marriage. There are some relationships, even though you love the person, but it should never lead to marriage. It's not every relationship that you should aspire to get married and end up forever. No. So this is what has been happening with Tuface and Annie Idibia's marriage. What do you guys think? I would love to know your opinion. What do you guys think about this issue? I am going to keep you guys updated. Okay, thank you guys so much, and please subscribe, turn on the bell notification, and see you in the next one. Bye.